Okay, the claim I'm going to be responding to is that California cheese has substantial advantages over competitors for California. And my opponent's secondary claims on those, and that was the first one being basic benefits of dairy, the second California cheese details, and the third miscellaneous benefits. On the first claim, he talks about the basic benefits of dairy and doesn't really address to how California cheese would be better than cheese from Wisconsin. Just talks about cheese in general, so that claim doesn't really support his claim because it's just an overview on cheese. And the secondary claim, he talks about the California cheese details. He talks about how the treatment of cows affects the quality of the cheese, and mentions that how California cheese is a member of the National Dairy Farm. And well, basically that's an organization which provides responsible management in the cows and everything. But it doesn't really talk about how the treatment of cows, say in Wisconsin or other states which are members of that organization. So he talks about how California is the #1, well, it's like the best in the treatment of cows, really, but he couldn't really support that. Then in his third secondary claim, he talks about the benefits, like the miscellaneous benefits of California cheese. He mentions how cheese comes from San Francisco, like a database, so it's free, fresh cheese for all of California. But how would that be different from, say, Southern California, say cheese from like Nevada, which would be closer to us? And he also talks about how California cheese has won awards in the World Cheese Award, and mentions they won 7 awards, but that's really a competition with many, like it's like 50 awards around there. And according to the Guild of Fine Foods, the host of the World Cheese Award, the Canadian goat milk cheese actually has won the award for best cheese 2 years in a row. And so that's about it.
All right, the claims are labeled pretty clearly. You need to raise your voice a little bit. There's got to be some inflection here. You sound a little bored talking about the topic. Come on, it's cheese. We can make a joke about that, you know. You can lighten up a little bit on it. I thought that you had a couple of good points. I like the one at the end, for instance, where you say, "Wow, big whoop! California cheese won 7 awards, but it didn't win the big award. In fact, it's lost 2 years in a row to some other cheese. It's not even an American cheese that we've got going on here. So how can we make any inference about it?" I think you can sell the argument a little bit more that way. I thought that your challenge on the first point about it just being dairy and it's not specific to California, that's a reasonable point to make. You did a good job signposting as you're making transitions from one point to another. I did have a question about whether or not this dairy association, do the Wisconsin cows get, are they covered by the same dairy association? And what's the point? Did the advocate in fact say that California cows ranked the highest? I didn't quite remember if they did, then your challenge needs to be explained a little bit more here. If they didn't, then I think that you've got a reasonable press on this issue, but it's not necessarily convincing that there's some substantial difference. You had okay arguments. I don't think that there are a lot of dairy farms in southern Nevada, so I'm not sure that we would be able to make that comparison. I don't know, they're all grazing on the green that we left there from, you know, the casinos in the area, I suppose. But the argument about it being imported, that's just a matter of transportation. That's got nothing to do with the quality of the cheese per se. And in fact, where the cheese is manufactured may be completely separate from where the cows produce the milk and the creams that the cheese is produced from. I don't know anything about those kinds of things. That would have been something maybe you could have added a little bit more on. All right. Thank you.